everyone. We're going to show a south approach into Los Alamos, New Mexico. You approach up the Rio Grande River over the town of White Rock at 8,500 feet. Be advised that just to the west of White Rock is a large restricted area covering Los Alamos National Laboratory. So we're going to make sure that we stay to the south and the north, to the east and the north of the restricted area. It's easy to do that as long as you stay outside of the roads that lead into the airport. The town of White Rock is a typical reporting point. From the south or the southeast, you fly up the Rio Grande River, and when you reach White Rock, you'll make a radio call. Let's go ahead and check ATIS.
Traffic, all takeoffs are to the east, all landings are to the west. Los Alamos Airport. Automated weather observation. 1737 Zulu. Weather. Wind 160 at 5. Visibility 10. Clear below 12,000. Temperature 22 Celsius. Dew point 5. Altimeter 3027. Remark. Density altitude 9,200. Los Alamos traffic. All takeoffs are to the east. All landings are to the west.
And a south crosswind or an east wind are not uncommon, but it's important to land uphill to the west.
Los Alamos traffic, RV 74 Kilo Echo over the White Rock ball field, inbound for landing Los Alamos.
And Los Alamos traffic, Taylorcraft 34237 is 8,700 feet over Pajarito Acres. I'll follow you in, Randy.
Roger that.
A typical reporting point over White Rock are the White Rock ball fields at the northeast end of the town. Very obvious set of soccer and ball fields. You'll see a road leading diagonally up toward Los Alamos. As long as you stay outside of that road, you're all right. The standard approach is to go north along the Rio Grande River on an extended left base and then turn in toward the airport. This keeps you away from the restricted area and away from outgoing traffic, who typically will turn along the roads either toward the right toward White Rock or the left toward Ottawee Bridge. So we'll fly along the Rio Grande River on our extended left base. Watch for Randy to take his brand new beautiful RV into the airport, and then we'll follow him in. I intend to demonstrate as well a missed approach. Los Alamos is an interesting airport at 7,200 feet MSL on the mesa top with some sometimes strange winds. Just along the road to the left of the airport begins the restricted area over Los Alamos Laboratory, so go-arounds are always to the right. Fortunate there's a 400-foot deep canyon out there, and so the only real trick is climbing along the runway and turning off over the canyon to a right downwind to come back to the airport. It's also important at these high density altitudes to pay attention to the fact that with the runway sloping upward and the high altitude, your climb rate is going to seem like it's a lot less than you're used to. Be very careful to fly by your airspeed, and don't do a stall spin by getting too slow. We're about ready to turn on an extended final now. Make a radio call. Los Alamos traffic, Taylorcraft 34237 is turning a long final from an extended base over the Rio Grande, headed inbound toward the Y, 8,500 feet. And Taylorcraft 34237 has the RV ahead of me over the Y in sight. The typical approach is to stay at 8,500 feet up to the Y intersection, which you can see over the nose just ahead. The Y is a very common reporting point that everyone pretty much knows. Los Alamos traffic, Taylorcraft 34237 is inbound over the Y, 8,500 feet. I will be doing a simulated go-around with a right turn over the ramp, followed by a right downwind traffic back into the airport.
RV 74 Kilo Echo is clear of the runway Los Alamos.
And 34237 copied that. Hope your flight was good, Randy.
It went well.
It's generally a good idea to do a somewhat higher approach and keep your speed up, because with a south wind, that canyon cliff just to the south of the runway can make for some interesting rotors coming up over the buildings here. The buildings up ahead just over the nose are known as East Gate, and it's another common reporting point for people coming in on final. Los Alamos traffic, Taylorcraft 34237 is short final at Eastgate. We'll be doing a simulated go-around with a right turn over the ramp. So we'll demonstrate a go-around. You see the canyon off to the right. If you can get enough airspeed and altitude to be out over the ramp and do your turn, you'll have 400 feet down into that canyon. So you'll have plenty of space under you. Don't worry if the climb rate does not seem as high as you're used to. So at this point, maybe we decide that the winds are a little too high, or that there's a herd of wildebeest galloping across the runway. We decide that it's time for us to do a go-around. So we'll call our intentions. Los Alamos traffic, Taylorcraft 34237 is going around with a right turn over the ramp. Remember that this runway slopes uphill surprisingly, and remember that that road off to your left is the boundary for the restricted area over the laboratory. So establish a positive climb rate. You're well above the hangars and ramps. And keeping a careful eye on your airspeed, do a nice coordinated right turn. Out over the canyon, we suddenly feel much better with lots and lots of room below us. Now all we have to do is climb up on a right downwind and come back around for our landing. When doing a go-around like this, you have a choice. You can either fly out to the Rio Grande River and come back in on the long approach, or many people, if you have altitude, will turn a right base up ahead at the Y.
Los Alamos area traffic, Bonanza 5719 Victor is about 4 miles to the northeast. We're in route for landing. We're shooting a GPS runway 27 Zulu approach, Los Alamos.
And Los Alamos traffic, Taylorcraft 34237 is on a right downwind for runway 27. We'll be turning base at the Y and should be in well ahead of you, Will.
Okay, Skip, practicing your go-arounds there. That's good to hear.
Los Alamos traffic, Taylorcraft 34237 is turning right base, runway 27 at the Y. Los Alamos traffic, Taylorcraft 34237 is turning final, runway 27 at the Y. With a south crosswind, as we often have at Los Alamos, a good place to try to touch down are those two big white runway markers up ahead of the numbers. The trees off to the left tend to shield the crosswind just a little bit and make the touchdown a little bit less exciting.
Los Alamos area traffic, Bonanza 19 Victor is Sutke, correction, okay, inbound to Yunsu, currently about 9 miles to the northeast.
Los Alamos traffic, Taylorcraft 34237 is short final, runway 27 at Eastgate. A tailwind or a crosswind at this airport are not uncommon, but remember, with the runway sloping up, you always land to the west and take off to the east. And we're down on the ground at Los Alamos. I hope you've all enjoyed this introduction to our fine airport.